Hey all, Fiorim here. During the past few weeks I've come to the conclusion that my mega factory does not build itself, so time to put some active work on it. But first let's pick up some low-hanging fruits. If you look at the to-do list, there's an item called iron offsite inputs. My production plan reveals that this means just 60 iron rods per minute, so this is really an item that shouldn't be on the to-do list in the first place. Back at my steel factory I already produced some spare iron ingots that are sent to the mega factory for iron plates. There's already now some spare iron ore arriving to some of the refineries, so I can solve this problem easily by just overclocking some of them. And thus we get a sort of to-do list as the iron offsite inputs are now bye bye. Oh, and by the way, if you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. That's the best way to show your support for us small content creators. You can also follow me on Twitter and Reddit, where I post with the username Fiorim1. So, the next thing I want to focus on is something much larger, also quite literally. It's the actual mega factory building. I've almost finished it already, it's just missing the 4th floor. As I've already mentioned in some earlier videos, this building is huge. The full factory is about 1.5 kilometers wide, 700 meters deep and 200 meters tall. It also costs about $1 million concrete to build, so even a single floor is a project that takes hours to complete. I'm honestly getting pretty bored with swooping walls and floors by now, but luckily this is the last floor I'll ever need to build for this factory, or so I hope. And now's the time to party. The 4th floor is done. Now I want to get rid of the boxy look, so I started experimenting with angled walls and roof. I think they both look pretty nice. I'm also building an archway over the central corridor to tie the halves of the building together. This does make it look a bit like a train station though. I also built some walkways between the floors, although I think this makes the central corridor a bit too busy, so I'm not super happy about that yet. Finally, I added some indentations between the floors to make the walls more interesting. I think the end result looks already now much better. I will probably add some shapes or colors to large flat surfaces on the wall, but that will have to wait a while now. The building is not completely ready yet, but I will anyway tick off the box for it on the to-do list. It is definitely ready enough so that I can start moving the production here. So, what shall we tackle next then? I'm thinking about the nitrogen gas offsite production, mainly because it's the next item on the list. I'm going to need approximately 4000 cubic meters of the gas per minute. There's a spot near the mega factory that can provide up to 1950 cubic meters, but the rest I will have to transport a long way. There's a nice nitrogen gas well near my current nuclear power plant that still has 8 unused pure nodes. Those combined with 6 pure nodes near the mega factory provide a total of 4200 cubic meters of nitrogen gas per minute, which is enough and then some. As I need to transport the gas a long way, my only options are drones or trains. But drones have very limited capacity, so I would probably need tens of drones just for the gas. So I'm gonna use a train. There's 2 ways to load the gas to a train, either as gas itself or as packaged gas. A freight car can hold 32 item slots or 1600 cubic meters of gas. As the 32 item slots can hold 3200 packaged nitrogen gas, which means 12,800 unpacked gas, transporting gas in packaged form is a lot more efficient. And being efficient is what every FicsIt employee needs to strive for. So I will need some packagers to package the gas. And voila, here they are. Next step is getting this gas from here to the mega factory, which is here. I'm anyway going to need railways for the other offsite inputs, so I might as well build a nice long railway on the eastern part of the map that goes via my copper factories, and makes a pit stop by the oil factory, and finally delivers the goods to the mega factory. Time to lay some tracks then. My goal was to make the railway look as minimalistic as possible and go far above the terrain so that I can easily draw straight lines. This is what I came up with. Simple concrete pillars that are aligned with the bottom of the railway tracks. Here's a trick I learned while building. First I swooped 10 foundations from where the previous pillar ended. I then built a straight railway at maximum length to the edge of the last foundation. Next step is to build a new foundation on top of the previous one. After that you can delete the underlying foundation and snap the concrete pillar on it. Finally you can delete the foundations that are not needed anymore, however you should keep the last one to be able to swoop the next 10. I have continued building the railway this way all the way to the mega factory. I'll probably build some kind of nice looking train station here, but now I'm just testing the train, so this will have to do. As the last step, I'll need to get the remaining nitrogen gas from the other well near my mega factory. I'll again just build new packages there as well as a train station. This train will get to the mega factory via west and will probably continue further south to pick up some more materials later on. And just like that, the nitrogen gas inputs are sort of handled. I still need to unpack the gas at the mega factory and send the fluid tanks back to the nitrogen wells, but this will be done later. Right now I'm ready with the nitrogen gas offsite inputs, so I'll tick off that box too. And I believe that's enough for this episode. I think we are making good progress. In the next episode of this series I'll probably start building a mega nuclear power plant. As it's starting to be the way for this channel, that will also be a huge project, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, see you soon.